But first, I'm joined by British doctor Mohammed Mustafa, known to many of his followers as the Beast from the Middle East, who has first-hand experience in Gaza. Had you ever come across anything like this?
Not to this scale. Not to this scale. The level of destruction. We would drive from the European hospital to Nasser hospital.
3 שבועות אחרי חיסולו של מנהיג חמאס בעזה, מוחמד סינואר, נכנסנו הבוקר עם כוחות צה"ל לבית החולים האירופי בח'אן יונס, לראות בעיניים איך חמאס הקים מתחת למוסד הרפואי, מתחם שממנו נוהלה הלחימה בחודשים האחרונים, מתחת לאדמה. אתם יכולים לראות כאן מאחוריי, הכניסה לחדר המיון, וממש כאן למטה אפשר לראות את החפירות של צה"ל. זו בעצם הכניסה לפיר. נכון. החפיר. המנהרה בעומק של 7 מטרים ומשתרעת לאורך מאות מטרים מתחת לבית החולים, ועם כמה פתחים שאפשרו למנהיג חמאס מוחמד סינואר ומח"ט רפיח מוחמד שבאנה להגיע למתחם ללא כל הפרעה.
They say Hamas are in all the hospitals. Is that true?
Look, I've worked in all the hospitals. It'd be a very stupid thing to have a military base in the hospital. One, it's open access policy. Everyone can walk in and out of the hospital. Also, the hospital is full of injured women and children. The hospital's full of media. And also, the hospital is a base where all the international aid workers are. And, my concern when I go to Gaza is the children in Gaza. That's my concern. I don't want, there be any military operations out of there because it puts children in danger. But, I've not heard of a doctor that's come out and said that they've actively seen.
أنا محمد الشريف أبلغ من العمر 21 عام أعمل لدى مستشفى كمال عدوان مشرف للنظافة.
המחבל שהצטרף לארגון הטרור לפני 3 שנים ונעצר על ידי אנשי יחידה 504 מסביר לחוקרים למה מחבלי חמאס בחרו להתבצר דווקא בבית החולים.
يظنون أنها ملاذا آمنا لهم لأن الجيش لا يقدر على استهدافها بشكل مباشر.
شو قصدك لما انت بتقول انه ملاذ امن؟
لانه يتواجد فيها المدنيين والمرضى ويظنون ان الجيش لا يمكن ان يستهدفه بشكل مباشر كصاروخ F-16 او يتم نفس
it was really, and the drones are constantly overhead. Every day children are coming in.
You are the son of a Gazan refugee. Your dad was a refugee. He's here in the UK. He's become one of the top fertility doctors in the country.
There was a lot of emotions on October the 7th, as a Palestinian.
Did any part of you feel it was justified? I've heard some people categorize what they did as resistance, which is a justification for what happened. I don't think you can do that. I mean, to me, it was an appalling terrorist attack. And the reason I framed the question the way I did was that when it later turned out that Hamas had this huge tunnel system where they all hid, but the civilians were left to be under the raining bombs from Israel, which were inevitably going to come, given the scale of what Hamas did. That's what I meant by the way I phrased the question, which is how much do Palestinian people, when they look back on that, how much do they blame Hamas for inevitably bringing this on them?
I mean, look, before Hamas, it was the PLO.
Right.
And before the PLO, it was the Egyptians, and before then, it was somebody else. Look, at the end of the day, the root cause is the problem. The root cause is the occupation. The siege has been going on for 18 years in Gaza, and that has been locked by sea.
The repercussions for an illegal occupation.
What's the illegal occupation?
Of Israel against the Palestinians.
Where?
That is an illegal occupation.
Where?
It is a determined illegal occupation.
Gaza?
Of course, Gaza and the West Bank.
Have you been to Gaza?
Yes, I have.
Is it occupied by the Israelis?
It's completely sealed off, as you know. That's
by
why
who?
they call it by the Israelis.
And who?
By the Israelis, by the US, and whoever else
and who
supports
else?
the Israelis. Isn't that enough?
No, tell me who else is allegedly sealing the Gaza.
I'm saying that Israel has completely encircled Gaza. Nothing goes in, nothing goes out, as you know.
Well, as you know, if you've been, Gaza also has a border with Egypt. Why do you not mention Egypt? Egypt has a stronger fence to fence in the people of Gaza.
Okay, so you agree that Gaza has been fenced off?
No, it's fenced off, although you might note that there are more workers until the 7th allowed into Israel to work and indeed to have medical treatments and others that were considered necessary, which Hamas doesn't provide. There was plenty more people every day coming into work in Israel from Gaza until the 7th than were going the other way into Egypt. So if I go back to this question, why do you say there's an illegal occupation of Gaza? Why did you say that?
Because there is.
Why? Well, who
Israel
is occupying
is an occupying state.
No.
It is internationally recognized.
No, it's not. It's not at all.
I want to move
that's
on.
That's your view. Hang on, that's your view, and I have to correct your view.
Our views
I
differ.
have to correct. No, it doesn't. The facts, our views might differ, but the facts are the facts, and I want to pick you up on something you just did.
I'm interviewing you.
I know, but
Yes.
I think you're uninformed.
No.
So let me just.
Hardly.
So let me. You are uninformed
Oh,
because
really?
first of all,
Yes.
you didn't say that Egypt is blockading Gaza. Secondly, you claim that Israel.
I'm talking about Israel here, and I want to move.
It's very convenient for you to mention Israel because you've clearly got an animus here. But let me come on to the second point. As you well know, in 2005. Israeli troops ripped Jewish families from their home in the Gaza.
That was after Palestinians had been ripped from their homes in Gaza.
I mean, how far back do you want to go?
Okay.
You can do the Hebron massacre of 1924 if you want.
Absolutely.
But let me finish.
What I want to talk about.
One point.
What I want to talk about is
we're
talking about the action at the International Court of Justice. Okay.
But first of all, before we go on to that, you've got to inform your viewers. Yes, but we've got to inform your viewers of the facts, and you just misled them. In 2005, Israeli troops ripped every Jewish family from their homes in Gaza and handed over all of Gaza, which was completely clear of Jews.
That was after two Nakbas, I think in 1948 and 1967, when Palestinians were ripped from their homes that were originally there.
That's your
I know, so let's
specific interpretation of the history, and yours is a very no. But we can agree to disagree, but don't misinform your viewers. And you can go back. Well, I'm not misinforming your viewers. I'm informing them because you're not. The point that I'm trying to make, which
Israel
you keep
moved away from Gaza, and Gaza has been sealed off ever since.
The point you keep on trying to distract everyone from is that Israel took every Jew from Gaza in 2005, handed it over to the Palestinians, who then voted in Hamas, and to the great detriment of the Palestinian people. They have been ruled by Hamas for the last 18 years. If you want to look to the source of the conflict, look to that fact.